Hello, hello, everyone. Hello. Oh, what a day. I'm excited to introduce this beautiful goddess to you. Before I do, happy solstice. Happy spring solstice. First day is also Aries season. There's so much fire this week. Like, seriously, it's going to be a great, great week. I hope for everybody. Make sure you ground yourself, okay? Make sure you're in your body. Don't try to escape. So today's soul chat, I met this goddess in the Empowerography conference that we did. Was this last week?
Yeah. International Women's Day. Yeah.
Yes. And I met her before we did the conference, but it was through the conference. And when I heard her story, I had to bring her on. It moved me so much. And just her journey, her path, and it's just incredible. So I hope you get inspired as much as I have been inspired by her journey and her story and how she got to where she is at right now and what she's doing right now. So please help me welcome Elvira. Welcome, sister.
Thank you so much, Abigail. And one tiny tweak, if I may.
Yes.
It's Elvira, not Elvira.
Elvira.
Yes. And you know what? Everybody says Elvira. So yes, you're not alone. I should actually write it Elveera because everyone says Elvira. But I always say, what part of the world are you in, Abigail, by the way?
I'm in Colorado.
Colorado. Perfect. Okay. So you probably know Elvira, the Mistress of the Dark.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So here's how I get people to remember that I am the opposite of that. Okay. So she's Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, and she has big boobs. And I'm Elvira, Mistress of the Light, and I have small boobs. There you go. You'll never forget it now, Abigail.
I'll never forget it. No.
That's my little claim to fame. What can I say?
I'm kind of glad I didn't say it right because now I would have missed that story.
You would have missed the story. That's right. That's right.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
So let's go ahead and start because I've heard, I've been able to connect with you a little bit, but there are people who have no idea who you are. So let's start with an introduction. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what has been inspiring you lately.
Yeah. So I'm blessed, very blessed, Abigail, to be living the life of my dreams today. It wasn't always the way. Today, I get to live aligned, authentic, and fully self-expressed. I lived out of alignment for many years, trying to people please, trying to look good to the world, to my parents. It nearly killed me. And the thing that saved me was getting aligned, authentic, and fully self-expressed. So when I did that, my whole life turned around. My mental health, that at my last 2 years of my Big Pharma corporate job, where I was making six figures, my last 2 years were, is it okay if I swear on your show?
Yes.
Okay. my last 2 years, Thank you. They say that people that swear are considered to be more honest and more authentic. I'm like, okay, well, it comes natural to me. But my last 2 years, Abigail, were a total fucking shit show. Okay. That's how I describe it, because I was being bullied corporately. I attracted another bully socially. For 2 years, I was blaming these two people for making my life hell, for humiliating me and hating me and shaming me. And meanwhile, who was the common denominator?
You.
Me. Yeah. So when I hit my rock bottom, when I didn't want to live anymore, I was living with depression, anxiety, panic disorder, suicidal ideation at my lowest, bipolar. And at that time, I didn't know any other way out. Like, this was before my realization. I literally got to my rock bottom and I said to my higher power, give me a way out of my hell. Because 2 solid years of depression, anxiety, and panic disorder with one boy. I had one little boy. I think I saw a little boy behind you there. Oh, he's so cute. But my little boy, he was about 12 at the time. And I literally thought, Abigail, that he was better off without me in his life as his mother, because that's how dark it got. And that's what the mind plays tricks on us when we're in depression, right? We believe it. We believe these dark stories in our head. But you see, I had to go to that dark place, because had I not gone to that dark place, you're going to hear how good it gets in a second. But had I not gone to that dark place, guess where I'd still be working right now?
Yep.
Big Pharma.
Same place. Yeah.
Right. So I needed a push out of this inauthentic life to live my truth that I get to live today. I don't work a day in my life, because I'm completely living my purpose, my higher calling. I live in what I call my JPG zone. Take note on this if you want. You should only do things that are in your JPG zone. What does that stand for? Joy, passion, and genius. Everything else, you can farm it out. You can outsource it, get someone else to do it that's really good at it, that really enjoys it. You should not be doing anything that lowers your vibration, because when you do, you become a crap magnet. Okay. So I teach people how to become miracle magnets. I was able to do it in my last 2 years, had the biggest breakdown, biggest shit show, as I said, but I was meant to go there to come through the other side, to be divinely gifted with the system at rock bottom, that I said, give me a way out that's not drugs, that's not therapy, or give me a way of killing myself. And no disrespect to anyone that takes drugs and therapy for their mental health. They weren't options for me, because I was a drug rep. I knew what they did to our bodies, and I didn't want to be dependent on them. Also, my father lived out of alignment too. He was a world-class tenor that never got aligned, authentic, and fully self-expressed. He got bullied at work too in his 50s, and he had a nervous breakdown, and he could never come back from it, because he didn't ask for a way out. He went right to drugs. So I saw what drugs did to my dad. My dad had to go on lorazepam for the rest of his life. So you see, it wasn't an option for me at rock bottom, right? And then also, when I was a new mommy, I had mommy issues. So I went to therapy for 2 solid years. I didn't know any other option back then. And my work covered for some of it. So I went to that therapist. Sure enough, 2 years later, I was able to say this: my mom did the best that she could from her state of consciousness. If she had known better, she would have done better, but really embodied that, not just intellectualized it, but I really embodied it. And today, my mother's almost 84. She's my best friend today. So I know that therapy works. It just can take a long time. So it's not a modality I needed. And I had done lots of personal development up until that point. And I had been Roman Catholic. And these were what I call Band-Aid solutions over the years, right? So I was Roman Catholic. God was out there. I'd done this, landmark education. I don't know if you know landmark. I had done Tony Robbins. So these were all programs that had helped me at one point, Abigail. However, when I hit my rock bottom, nothing worked anymore. I literally asked for a way out that wasn't drugs, wasn't therapy, or for a way of killing myself. Well, guess what? I got away, and that way not only saved my life, my sanity, my marriage. My marriage went from hell on wheels to heaven on earth. I was able to lead this inauthentic life as a 6-figure Big Pharma rep. And now I am living my truth as a coach, helping other people. And a few years in, I thought to myself, wow, I'm a coach now. I'm helping everyone's dreams come true. what dream do I really want to come true? How about
don't go there yet. Hold on before you go there, because I love that part.
Okay.
that is too freaking good. Okay,
I love that you love it. I love that you love it.
But I wanted us to.
Sure.
When I heard about you, when I heard you tell your story and also the story of your father, like at that time, I have been contemplating the whole aspect of really living our dharma, our purpose. What is that? And I was reading this book, and of course, I'm forgetting the title. Is it by Napoleon Hill? No, it's not Stephen Cope.
Okay.
And of course, I'm not remembering the title, but he basically talks about, people like Beethoven, like Harriet Tubman, like people who we know as famous, like living their dharma, doing great things. And he talks about their journey, how they even said yes to it. And it just kind of like, Beethoven's story is just, like you said, it's a shit show. And yet we know him as, oh my goodness, look at what he's created. Like he didn't want to even play the piano. He was forced into it. And it was an abusive relationship between him and his dad. And so for him, his connection to music, it was both abusive and also healing. It's the most,
I did not know that.
Right? Wow. Like it blew my mind. And so here we are, like trying to figure out the correlation. Like there's something about not stepping in your purpose and what it does to you.
Yeah.
There's really something there. And when I heard yours, I was like, oh my goodness. Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
So, it's so important to say yes to that purpose. And also understanding that our dharma, for example, Harriet Tubman, like the first time she got the call, like she heard, the message, she said, no, heck no. Like I'm a slave. I'm not, how the heck am I supposed to free? Are you kidding me?
Oh, I'm getting chills.
She said no so many times until she got to a point where she's like, you know what? I've been hearing this for far too long. I'm just going to say yes and see what comes. So it's a journey. It's really a journey. And I also wanted to share. So before I stepped into my calling, like what I'm doing currently, I worked, my background is in sciences. So I worked in a clinic.
Same.
And I loved it. I mean, I loved it so much. No wonder what happened because there's nowhere I would have left.
Right.
The patients loved me. I enjoyed going there. I enjoyed doing all the medical stuff. Like I love the human body.
Yeah.
And then I also manifested a bully in there who made my life hell. I never thought that was possible. Like that has never happened to me. But now I understand that if she didn't do that, I would have still been there and I would have still been dilly-dallying with my purpose.
Thank you. She was what we call in our system your biggest angel of evolution.
Yep.
She forced you to evolve by hating you, shaming you, bullying you, and making you like, a laughing stock, probably because you were a lovely woman that everybody loved. And she was perhaps jealous of you, right?
That's usually the patient will come in and request me. And I mean, we're in a clinic where you don't request people. No. Just who you get is who you get. And they would wait for me.
Wow.
And he hated that. And it went from really good to just like, oh my God, I hate going to work. Work. And eventually I was like, serious experience. Why the heck did you even bring me here? Which now I know, by the way, another thing I needed to learn to add onto my purpose, appreciating the human body, how to work with people, how to look. It was like taking my gift to like I have a human x-ray looking at the human body. It was like taking that to the next level. That's what I was supposed to learn and leave. And I even felt when it was time for me to leave. But again, it was so good. And I was like, nah, I'm just going to wait a little bit longer.
Right? Yeah. The devil that you know, right? Versus the devil you don't know, which turns out to be an angel, right? Like for me, I didn't have a choice. At rock bottom, I had to leap into my new life, right? Actually, I'm launching a program this week called Leap Into Your New Life with another amazing coach. But were you an X-ray tech or were you a nurse or what?
No. So originally, actually,
I love it.
So originally, I was on the track to be a medical doctor, and then that did. Yeah,
Wow.
after shadowing I had amazing mentors who helped me realize that there's no way that what I wanted to bring in would be, there would be space for it. Actually,
Right.
come on, can you go watch the
He's
stuff in there?
adorable.
You know, and so from then I studied Chinese medicine and acupuncture,
Oh,
and
cool.
again at the
TCM.
end, Spirit
Yeah.
was like, no,
No.
we just wanted you to just suffer for 3.5 years and learn, and then that's
Yes.
it. You know.
Oh my
And
God.
so during that time before, like in between college and then also Chinese medicine school, I would just work in clinics. So I would
Yeah.
just help out, like, what do you call it? Like it was almost like an assistant. So
Okay.
you bring the patients back, you take the vitals, you draw the blood,
Right. Okay.
all of that good stuff. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, if I change my mind, then I'm still practicing.
Yeah.
You know, I still have the
Yeah.
experience. So that's
Okay.
kind of like what I was doing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, I worked 7 years in a hospital as a lab technologist, and that's how I got forayed into becoming a big pharma rep. But both of those two careers for 27 years, I felt like an imposter every single day because I chose those careers to make my father happy, because I could not be one of the women on stage when I saw at 11 years old that were singing cabaret. I couldn't be one of them. And my father said, because those women on stages were sluts. So I wasn't allowed to be me. So I had to figure out, who do you need me to be so you will love me?
Yeah.
And at 11 years old, I realized I just have to be a good little Italian Catholic girl, get good marks and get a good job and get a good husband and give them some grandchildren. That's what they wanted for me, right? Because we immigrated from Italy to Canada and they wanted a better life for me. So I had to follow their script. I couldn't follow my own heart and soul. That would have made me a slut, right? I didn't want to be a slut, right? So, but here's the thing, right? I hit my rock bottom. I got out of it. I was divinely gifted a system. This system's now become a global movement. Amazing mentors from all over the world want to use this system to help others and also put their own modalities on my website, because I believe all modalities matter. That's one of my favorite sayings. Not just my story, message, and magic, but everybody's story, message, and magic. And that's what we're doing. We're growing this movement. It's called the Miracle Magnet Movement. Teaches people how to stop being crap magnets and how to start being miracle magnets, attracting what they do want, which is what I got to do at the ripe, sweet age of 51. I became a pro jazz artist, and I get to perform with and for celebrities, including Oprah Winfrey's man, Stedman Graham. He asked me to sing jazz for him, and I did. If you Google his name and mine, you'll see me singing to him on YouTube. And it's hilarious. And the mayor of Mississauga, which is my city just outside Toronto, invited me to sing at her 60th birthday party. She chose me and my partner over all the other musicians in Mississauga. And that was a miracle, right? So I talk about being a miracle magnet. I got invited to, we won Best Band in Mississauga. You know, like, why us, right? Are we really the best band, or are we simply miracle magnets, right? So I really believe that too many artists, mark my words, too many artists operate as
No. Can you go in the bedroom and play?
Oh my God, he's so cute. Too many artists, Abigail, operate as egomaniacal crap magnets. Okay. You can quote me. Egomaniacal crap magnets are the people that do their thing from a place of, it's all about me. Look at me. I'm on the stage. I'm all that in a bag of chips. Well, that used to be me when I lived out of alignment and I sang, because there was always shame associated with singing, right? Women on stages were sluts, remember? So whenever I did it, there was always this sense of shame that I shouldn't be up there. But interestingly enough, I had a lot of people say to me, oh my God, you're amazing. And eventually I stopped saying you're crazy. And I said, maybe they're right. I'm going to go take some lessons. So I did. I took some lessons and I got better. But you know what? Still, I was still in the big pharma world. It was always, you know, like, I need more lessons. I'm not good enough. I need more lessons. Ego, right? I got to be perfect, right? And then when I had the breakdown and the breakthrough, I realized I don't need any more lessons. I just got to get up on stage and share my song, share it through the vehicle of me. I don't need to be perfect. I'm just going to be real, and I'm going to share a song in my own unique way. And let me tell you, Abigail, that's what allowed me to become professional at 51. And I turned 60 last year. I'm going to be 61 this year. And I've been doing it only 10 years professionally. But I've had more musical miracles find me than virtually any other artist that I know of in my city, in, like the outskirts, because this is what we do. We get to be, when we live aligned, authentic, and fully self-expressed in our purpose, not doing it from a space of ego, I'm not good enough, or the opposite, I'm all that in a bag of chips, right? I teach people how to live in a different zone. It's called their miracle magnet zone, where they don't have to be a crap magnet musician or anything. Like, I don't just coach musicians, but I do coach a lot of musicians, because they realize, oh my God, my gift is not about me. My gift is to serve the world, because each of us has a song to sing. Each of us has a message. And the way we do it, our voices are healing. It's the most healing instrument on the planet. And interestingly enough, I became a few years later a sound healer as well. So I don't just use my voice, but I use sound bowls, 432 hertz sound bowls. Let's see if I can show you back there. I don't know if you can see it. That's my little sound healing setup. But I do these beautiful sound healing online, and I do them live. And it's all about using my voice to heal, because when I've been on stage performing at these world-class venues, I'll come off the stage at the end of my shows, and more than once, twice, three times, quite a few times, people come up to me in tears and they're like, oh my God, Elvira. And I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, you did that song. It was my mother's favorite. And I didn't realize I was still grieving her. Mm-hmm. And now I feel so much inner peace, because they had a really good cry and they realized that there was still grief inside them. So guess what? I'm hired by a hospice center to help people with their grief, right? So this is what my voice is here for. It's to help people heal. And this is what I want other artists to get. That is your gift for you alone, or is it for you to humbly yet fiercely share with the world, right? Don't play small, but don't play so big that you turn people off and you become a crap magnet. So there's another place to live, and that's the sweet spot. That's where I want all of us artists to live. Well, that's where I want all heart-centered humans to live, because we're the people that have been to some dark places. And when we learn to love our vibe, when we learn to become miracle magnets, we can attract all the things that we want. It's like, for example, I put out years and years ago, one day I'm going to be an international speaker. I don't know how it's going to happen. I just put it out there in the universe. And then when COVID hit about a year or two in, the biggest speakers bureau on the planet reached out to me and said, Elvira, we love you. We want you on our roster. And I'm like, I didn't even go looking for it. It found me, right? This is what I call miracles. When you're in alignment with your thing, the thing you're supposed to do, you get opportunities, people, I want to give you this gig. I want to give you this, a client of mine. I want to give you, like, these things just happen organically, because we're not living from ego and being a crap magnet. We're living from soul. Heart and Soul is the name of my first jazz band, by the way. We're living from our heart and soul, and we are miracle magnets. Yes. So mic drop. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you see what I'm talking about now? Like, if you didn't feel any of this, I don't know what to say. Okay. A couple of things I want to really hammer it down is that saying yes to your journey, you don't need to know the how.
Yes.
You don't need, the moment you say yes, if you let go and surrender, you will be provided with whatever you need to get to where you need to go. If anything, let this be the evidence for you. And Elvira's story is not the only one. Like, there's many who go through this process, and it's never easy, because we're human beings, right? We get to a point, we doubt, all that, limiting ourselves, making ourselves look, we all go through that process. And then eventually we learn through that process, and we emerge in a place where we can easily receive what is coming without stepping in the way. And so I love that. And then the second thing is that it doesn't matter what age you are.
Yes. It's never too late, and you're never too old. I am the poster child for that. Yes.
I just love it so much. And the other story that moved me was with your father. And now tell me a little bit about, I know he sang, you said soprano?
No, he was a tenor. He was a tenor.
Tenor.
So
Yeah.
he was
And you
an
said he
Italian
sang
tenor.
beautifully.
Yeah, he sang better than Pavarotti. But in his family, the mindset was that good people are not on stages singing and performing or dancing or whatever, just being on a stage. Good people are good husbands and fathers and providers. His sister, she was 10 years older than him. They're both gone, God rest their souls. His sister was an opera singer, and she was in Italian opera houses. Before she got married, she got to travel around and sing in these beautiful Italian opera houses.
Yes.
But when she got married, Abigail, she had to hang up her opera dress, put on an apron, and was told, you cannot step foot on another stage ever again.
Wow.
Can you imagine? She died with her real music still in her. My father didn't even get the chance to step foot on one of those stages because he was younger. And that was the message he got from his family. No, he's not going to displease his parents, because my father was a people pleaser. Oh. My father was a kind, heart-centered man. He was an artist. So he felt very deeply, and he wanted to keep his mom happy and his father happy. It was mainly the mom. The mom wore the pants. My grandmother, she was named Elvira too. She was a tough one, man. She was a tough one. But he was a people pleaser, right? So this is what happens when men live out of alignment and they people please. There's more in them that needs to come out, and they might die with their real music still in them. And Abigail, that's a perfect segue to my highest end coaching program. It's called The Renaissance Human Unleashed. The tagline, isn't that cool? The tagline is, why be one thing when you can be all things? And I want to give these beautiful souls permission to be aligned, authentic, and fully self-expressed. Yes. My father didn't get a chance to be fully self-expressed. He was too busy making money and taking care of the family, but his gift never got to make it on a big stage to have impact. And he never got to take the lessons that he would have wanted to take. He played piano very badly because he never had lessons, but he wanted to take lessons. The family didn't have money. There were 7 kids. And anyway, the parents did the best that they could, right? Because this was like Depression era parents. Yes. This was like, they had trauma. So, the sins of the father visited onto the children, right? Father and mother visited onto the children. And that's generational trauma, right? So this is why we today need to examine the stories that our parents told us, and we can rewrite our history. We don't have to follow like they did. And you know what? When we heal ourselves, when we do the inner work and heal ourselves, and we become aligned, authentic, and fully self-expressed, guess what? We heal them and generations before them as well. I know that I have a team up there. I'm feeling them right now in my body that are cheering me on, that are saying, you got to do what I wasn't able to do. My aunt, the one that died with her real music still in her, like my dad did. She saw me on Facebook singing a few times before she passed away. I forget how many years ago she passed away, but she said to my cousins, Elvira had the courage to do what I didn't.
Oh man.
And my beautiful aunt, who could sing like a lark. She was just the most beautiful singer. So this was in our blood. This was in our heritage to be artists, right? We're from Naples, Italy. That was the home of the Italian love song. It was born in Naples, Italy. This is in our blood. And they did not get a chance to be fully self-expressed. It just breaks my heart. But you know what? I recorded my first jazz album at Jazz Bistro. I'm not dying with my real music still in me. And I know that they're proud of me. And I know my father doesn't think I'm a slut. I know that he's proud of me. And even if he does, I don't really care. Daddy, I love you. You can judge me all you want, but I'm going to do what I want to do. But no, I really don't think he is.
Oh man, that would be funny. Yeah, he definitely doesn't think so anymore. No. He's probably like, what the heck was I thinking? But again, it took you on a journey that has led you to where you are right now. Like you said, our parents, they do the best they can,
Exactly.
that should be
Oh,
good enough. It's just hard
yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. My dad just wanted me to be happy, and he thought
Yes.
that he was guiding me down the right path.
Yep.
You know, so I saw these beautiful women on stage, and I got to meet them afterwards, and they thought I was so beautiful. Meanwhile, I was this fat little Italian kid, and I thought they were beautiful for telling me I was beautiful. And I walked away with my dad, and I said, "Daddy, I want to be one of them when I grow
Oh.
up." And he said, "You can't be one of them because those women are sluts." But if he had said, "Elvira, you want to be one of them? Sure. We'll get you into singing classes and dancing classes and acting classes, and you can be one of them. You can be on a stage." Well, guess what, Abigail? Right now, I might be on Broadway, or I might be in Hollywood, or I might be starving.
That's true.
My story wasn't meant to go that route.
Yes.
My story was meant to go exactly as it went, to show people that even after a lifetime of working out of alignment, you can still get aligned, authentic, and fully self-expressed.
Yes.
That's why I had to go through that. Yes.
Just
Yeah.
mic drops. And
Yeah,
you
yeah,
did it
mic
for the conference too. Just a bunch of
Woo!
mics just dropping everywhere. Oh my goodness. Like
Oh
we
my
could
gosh.
talk for God
Oh.
knows how long, but I hope you know how much your story moves
Mm.
me. Like I know this
Thank you.
lifetime, like that's one thing I know without a shadow of a doubt, that I am
Yeah.
here to live my path
Yes.
no matter what. And it's
Fully.
not easy. It's
Fully.
not
Yes.
easy.
Yes.
Because I don't, like not everybody supports me. Not everybody even understands what the heck I'm doing.
Call me when you forget, okay? Call me when you forget. I'll remind you, Abigail, okay?
But I know in my soul that if I don't follow this path, I won't
Yeah.
be me. There
Yeah.
will be this
Yeah.
Abigail won't be Abigail. And so I'm unapologetic about it. It's a non-negotiable. I will walk through that fire. I don't care what is in the way. That's what my soul wants to do. And
Yes.
I am not leaving this planet with an unrealized and unexpressed purpose. I just, no.
I love
No
you,
freaking way.
sister.
I love you.
You touch my heart and soul so deeply. And yes, I was meant to be on there to meet you. I also met another beautiful woman on that same panel that we're going to be co-creating. Watch out for that soon. But seriously, I just honor you so much for stating that, for claiming that, and you will, because you've decided, and that the universe is going to conspire to make it happen.
Yes.
Because you aren't attached to the how. You've just punched a hole in the universe by saying, this is mine. And now the universe is going to come fill the hole with the how. Don't you get caught in the how hole, because it's a hell hole. So let the universe bring the how. That's for my mentor and coach, A.G. Marista. He's amazing. He's actually, fun fact, he's going on safari with Sir Richard Branson. So
oh my gosh,
really, really high level coach that I'm blessed to have. But yeah, I totally honor you, sister. That's so beautiful. Thank you.
So first of all, okay, before we end this, I'm saying first of all, no, before we end this, if you are struggling with stepping into your purpose, because, whatever your journey or your mind, you know who to talk to. There's a reason why I brought this beautiful goddess on here for you to meet. So if you're watching this was meant for you. Please go send her a message. Stop waiting. Go, run. This is your sign from the universe to stop it, to stop holding yourself back and step onto your purpose with faith, and know that everything else will be provided for you. So my love, how can people find you?
Oh my gosh, you just give me so many chills. So yeah, if people want to connect with me, the easiest thing I think is to go to my link tree, which is elvirahopper.com/Linktree. And then they can access all my free offerings. They can access my YouTube shows, my podcast. I have a free teaching on my website that teaches you one of the lessons from this system that was divinely gifted to me. And it can turn your life around, that one free teaching that I have online. And I also have a few other offerings there. And I also have a 15-minute chat. If you feel that this is work that is definitely for you to do because your heart and soul feel it, then let's have a 15-minute to half-hour chat, get to know each other, see if we're a good fit for each other. I'm not meant to coach the whole world, trust me. But if we're a good fit, then, this is something that's going to take you to next level.
Yes.
Because I don't want to see anybody dying with their real music still in them. I want to see everybody become miracle magnets so that they can live aligned, authentic, fully self-expressed lives, because I believe it could be heaven on earth if we all live that way.
Oh, goodness, yes.
Yeah.
Goodness, yes. I've been nodding my head so much. I'm like, oh my God, what is happening?
Oh, I love you, Abigail. You're amazing. Seriously.
Look who's talking.
You're my people. You are my people.
Totally. Oh my goodness. So thank you so much. Thank you for spending time with me today and sharing your message again. Like, I could listen to this and never get get tired of it or bored of it, because there's just so much to your path, your story. And here's the thing with, let this be an example. Sometimes when we go through an experience, we don't think that it's anything, and then you start sharing it and it moves people, and you might not even know it's moving them until they tell you. But you keep sharing it, and eventually people will be like, oh my gosh, thank you. You know, let this motivate you too, to share your story. Your path, your journey is so unique to you.
Yeah.
It's the reason why you went through what you went through.
Exactly.
There's a reason why you have to heal that. But also that everything, there's a gold in there that the world needs at this time. So you have motivated us, inspired us, uplifted us, activated us. Sister. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
So much.
Thank you for saying yes to your voice, to your path, your journey. All of it. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Abigail. You are a true goddess. You see me and I see you as well. And to close off, would it be okay if I did my little song to remind people? Yeah. Okay. You heard this. You heard this on the show. So I like to remind people that we are the only ones in our own way. And I like to say fear and ego way, which stands for effing, right? So you could think effing stands for what you think it is, but in my world, it stands for fear and ego. And I believe that when we learn how to get out of our fear and ego and simply act on our soul's purpose, then miracles find us. So here's my little song, because I worked with a great coach out in Oregon. And she said, Elvira, you need to have a tagline that you say at the end of all your videos so people know what it is that you do, because there's a lot of coaches out there. So we channeled this tagline and it was great. And then one day after one of my jazz shows, I woke up feeling very jazzy. And this just came through that morning. Okay, are you ready? Yes. All right. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Get out of your own effing way. Your miracle life awaits. Yeah.
I love it. There you have it, everyone. There you have it. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. This has been incredible. So
much fun.
From our hearts to yours, until next time, have a fabulous week, everyone. Bye, everyone.
Bye.